on the road, going to our next stop, north in Tennessee. And we're on the last little leg here.
Hey fellow RVers, this is Jerry and Sharon, Ruff Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Where's freedom brought us? Well, here we are in Morristown, Tennessee, getting ready to pull into Panther Creek State Park. We're going to give you a tour of this park. We have been here before, but we're going to let you see it. Maybe they've done some improvements, changed some things, but here we are.
Ooh, there's a big dip there. Don't hit that dip.
We don't want to go in that dip.
Ah, Panther Creek.
This is the camp store that's open from 3:30 to 7:30. Now you don't check in here, you just go to the site. They got your hang tags on the site, so you just drive down to the campground, which is that way. But as I'm standing here in front of the camp store with ice cream, you can look to this side.
Ice cream in the window.
Over here, and there's a pavilion and 1, 2, 3 trails around this parking area over here where the pavilion is. That road that goes that way, there's a ridge walk and a couple of overlooks down that way. Straight across where you see the bridge over Panther Creek, there's 2 more trails there. Straight over here behind these trees is a giant field which has a walking, biking trail around it. It's a big one. And there's also another hiking trails that go off of that big field over here. Also down this main road, this is the main road, there's the playgrounds and the tennis courts are down there. And they do have a boat ramp here. Okay, so with all that being said, in that little 360 review of this, or tour, or whatever you want to call it, we're going to head and show you the loop, the campground loop, which is that way behind those dumpsters. And I think I already said the dump station is right behind us, right there.
Yeah, easy breezy. Easy if you have to pull your tote down here. Ice cream. I don't know what all else is in there.
They got ice cream, chips, some stuff like that.
Firewood and ice.
And they have loaner fishing rods if you want to fish down by the boat ramp.
Oh, awesome. The firewood actually you get from the camp host.
Yeah,
I think
$7 a bundle, cash only.
Yes. Okay. Let us tour.
Okay, I was talking to the ranger and he said once a year they stock this creek with trout and you can fish for trout along the stream until they get fished out, I guess. But right here is where we're going to start this campground loop. It's 10 miles an hour and there's a bridge. Last time we were here, that bridge was laying on the side of the grass there. Since then, they put it up.
And so that'll take you over to the Panther Creek Trail. And the playground you can see up there on the hill. That stays quite busy. Field trips come here. It's a community park. They do meets here and whatnot.
I do not believe there's a daily use fee here.
There is not.
Nope.
There is also a little visitor center up there.
And a couple of trails up there behind the playground.
Yeah, a lot of trails here. Many, 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 many trails. Okay, so first up here are some of our favorite spots. Site 1, 2, 3. So site 1 is this first one. It's rather short though. Too short for us, I think. But there you go. These are 50 amp sewer, not 50 amp and water. No, there are a couple sewer sites here. So just check, but they're always booked. There's a creek. Site 2 we were at not that long ago. We were just here and we had to leave and we came back. You can stay here 14 days, but then you have to leave for a certain amount of days and then you can come back. And that is site 3. Site 4 is right there. Now the creek, you can hear the creek from these sites. And site 5 is right there. Gary, site 5 is not bad either.
No.
That's nice. We're checking out where we're going to come next because this is a park we have to come to often. There is site 6 right there. And site 7's to our right. So we try to show you these. The inside ones are a little bit harder to get to. There is site 8. This is, oh, and there is the bathhouse, one of the shower houses, which we just had a shower and it's Amazing.
They have separate stalls with showers.
Yes.
It's not a community bathroom with shower
And good
curtains.
pressure, hot water,
Yes.
all the things. So that's looking straight ahead, so you can see what the inside loops look like. Inside sites, there are people there doing things, so we're going to focus on the outside, and there is site 9. Now these sites can be a little unlevel here and there. Site 12 is right there. And site 14. So it looks like we have, well, I can't say even on the outside and odd because it does change, but there are your sites. They are fairly close to one another, but it's adequate space.
And you can see the Wi-Fi tower repeaters there.
Yeah, that's site 18 right there. And 20 is where that Imagine is. And then over to the left is site 19, site 21, and site 22. Site 23 is to the right, and site 24. So pay attention to how long your rig is, because some of these sites are a little short. Site 25, and they're a little unlevel, like I said. Site 26, and there we are at site 27. Now they do have tent pads. You can see there's a tent pad right there. There is our site, which we did not have any trouble leveling once we got far enough back there. And site 29 is our neighbor right here. These are nice. I like this corner. 29, 30, a little uphill, but still a nice site. And you can see it's a little wonky side to side. We have, there is a site on the left of us. And there's site 31. Tucked up here near the woods. Here's one of the trails. If you go on this trail, it is up, 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 but it is so beautiful, and it winds around the mountain. It's the ore mine trail, and it comes out over there by that shelter we were talking about. Here's 33, a very short site. Here is Pavilion and Bathhouse over here, and there is one site, which I can't read the number, but it is. That was site 34. That's site 34. And we just passed one, 35, I think, and there's 36. All right, there's 38 to the left. And right here is site 37. We definitely like the outside loops better. We have been on the inside loop. It's not the end of the world. Right over here is site 39. That one is a sewer site.
Yep.
There's like sewer sites
There's the
here.
camp host.
Stay tuned till the end. We'll try to fill you in on what those are.
It's 41.
41 to the right. There's some folks packing up. And where that cougar is another site.
42.
42 that we just passed.
No sites on the right now.
Yep, just woods.
43 at the pop out. 44.
44 right there.
They're mowing the grass today.
Yep. They're taking a break, it looks like, just in time for us to do our drive about.
45 where the mini Winnie.
46, it's right there. Got some nice rock. And 48. And here's 47. Just check those lengths, because we've been backing up and hanging over the edge, but here you couldn't. It's a hill. You'd be backing into the hill. Some of these do have the tent pad up in the trees. Right over here is site 49 and
50.
And 50.
The tent pad there is way up in there.
Yeah, now 50 is a really nice site if you're, you know, have something small or you're a tent camper. Yeah, there's a tent pad there and a tent pad there. But it is a short site. And that is it. And now we are right back to the beginning. And the camp store is straight ahead in front of those dumpsters. And that is the campground.
Nope, not till 3:30.
We're waiting for the store to open. 3:30 is ice cream time. for right now, we're going to head up to the Stansel Ford Overlook and the Small Men's Shelter. There are also some trails up here. So this road goes up, not very far.
A little bit.
Maybe.
Not far though.
It's about maybe a mile or less.
A little less.
So there are trails off to the left, and up here there are trails off to the right. Well, actually right here there are trails off to the right because that's where the sinkhole trail is. We were just up in there. Michaela, we were up in there, that area. And then here, there is a trail entrance right there. And there's one that goes to the left. Oh, we went up here last night. Going up, 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 up. And if trails are your thing, you can take a trail up here. Or just walk up the road.
Up being the key word.
Yes.
Because it's up.
There's more trails. Point Lookout right there. That's a nice trail. Picnic area.
It's the bathroom.
Nice covered pavilion. And the overlook with many informational kiosks. Look at Michaela Butterfly Garden.
Then we got a turnaround and a trail.
This is a steep trail down to the water. And I'm not sure if it joins up with another trail. But it might. This is the Ridgecrest Trail. Right there. Heading back down the mountain, and there again is some of the trail system. Beautiful trails here. Point Lookout Overlook, Point Lookout Loop Trail, and Cherokee Lake. Okay, Cherokee Lake is the name of the lake. You can go right down to the lake. Still going
downhill.
Yep. Whee. I know I was walking the dogs on this road. You got to really watch the traffic. I do walk towards the oncoming traffic, but when they're coming down, there's not always a place to step off either. This brings us back to the camp store and the pavilion area here, which also has some other trailheads.
1.1 miles.
On the way back?
Yep.
There is a playground, there is a bathroom, there's a nice big parking lot to pull into and unhook your tote if you need to. There is a pool there, but it is
Empty.
it's not open.
There's beach volleyball up there. There's tennis courts. There's basketball courts. There's all kind of
Right, recreation. There's frisbee golf that comes through here, and there's also another trailhead right up over there. So you got a couple trails that pop out here. There is a trail off to our left. You can't see it, but Panther Creek runs way on the other side of those trees, and there is a trail that goes along beside that. And then it comes out over here, crosses, and goes across the road. And this is coming up to the visitor center. And then we're going to take a right and go down to the boat ramp. And there's another trail area there. It's horse parking. Out there you can see a couple of the Frisbee golf course. Disc. Frisbee, disc. Wait, what's it called?
Disc golf.
Disc golf. And we go this way to check out the other areas of the park. Coming up the boat ramp. Here also is horse trailer parking, and there's a couple of trails here as well. Welcome to Panther Creek. Boat ramp closes at sunset. Right there is a horse trail. And there's the old farm trails. These are bicycle trails. Piney Cove Trail, you can ride your bike. There's Cherokee Lake. There's another trailhead right there. Trout Lily Trail. There's Deer Run to Old Wagon Trail we were just on. The Old Wagon Trail walking the dogs. Well, this is the boat ramp. No swimming though. According to the sign, there is the boat ramp going that way. So, looks like a nice lake to paddle. Looks like a nice day to paddle. And heading out. Here is a trail. Going that way, the old farm trails, the inner loop, the outer loop, the Trout Lily Trail, the Pioneer Trail. We did those last time we were here. We haven't had time to go bike riding this trip, have we, dear? Now back to Ruff Road. Right?
Yep.
One of the trails goes right through there. So, nice trails. I don't remember them being hard. Do you?
No, not those.
Mm-hmm. It's a little slanted around here. Slanted.
Well, fellow RVers, that was our little tour of Panther Creek State Park here in Morristown, Tennessee. And you got to see the campground, the boat ramp, and the down there where the overlook is. And of course they got the picnic area down there. A couple of pavilions here in the park. We have a asphalt pad. Ours was pretty level. We didn't have too much trouble, although others around this campground loop are not quite as level. We kind of got lucky. So you may have to do some adjusting to get level here. We do have 50 amp and we have water at our site. Now some of the inner loop sites do have sewer. There's a selected few that do have sewer.
We'll put the numbers down in the notes.
Yes.
We don't.
What would you say, like 6 or 8 sites?
6 or 8 sites. They're over on the, like if you go around the loop, let's see, we go clockwise, so it's on the other side.
Yeah, it's like in the
where the pavilion is.
11 o'clock to 6 o'clock, if you're looking at a clock. In that area on the inside, there are some sewer sites over there.
Inside only.
Right.
Inside only.
There is a playground here. It's not particularly close to the campground. It's out, and then you go down the road, and there's a playground up there where the tennis courts are and the volleyball courts are. And there is a swimming pool, but it's emptied, and I don't think they're ever going to reopen the swimming pool.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with that.
Now, I understand that there's a disc golf here, and they did have a tournament here over the weekend. And I understand that this is a destination tournament park to come for, like the World Disc Association comes here and holds tournaments, but something like that. So it is a very popular disc golf destination. Our Verizon service here was okay, pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say okay. It did okay.
I did okay with it, and I think Sharon did all right too.
Yeah.
It was pretty decent. Now there's lots of trails, as we alluded to in our tour, as we did our drive about. There's trails here, there's trails here, there's trails over here.
So many trails.
And there's also equestrian trails.
And
an
by
equestrian
biking, you
park.
can bike on some of these trails.
There's equestrian trails and an equestrian park over there where you can park your trailers.
Yes.
So
expect some elevation.
Right.
And rocks and roots, all the good stuff.
And Panther Creek itself runs through the park. So you can, it's not deep water, it's a creek, but you can get in there and splash around. I see a lot of kids in there playing around, looking for stuff under rocks and all that. And our dogs went and laid down in it a couple of times. And the creek is nice.
And our first site here, site 2, we have the creek right behind us. It was so nice.
Right. So there's a camp store here at the campground area. It's right at that you come in by the dump stations behind it. Dumpsters are in front of it, and they sell like ice cream, novelties, and some chips and typical camp store stuff there. I believe they're open from 3:30 to 7:30. So if you get here and it's closed, that's the hours posted on the door. So I think that about wraps most of the park up.
Yes, I want to say something about the trails. There are some flatter trails, like Panther Creek Trail, or Panther Creek Path is fairly flat. I mean, and then it goes on up a little bit, but so there are some easy trails. Don't think they're all like really.
No, there's a variety from like a 6/10 of a mile to more, and you can do as far as you want or not at all. And you can also ride your bikes on some of the paths, not all of them.
Right. The sinkhole trail is nice. It's not up and down. You just have to watch for roots and rocks. And then the farm, what was a
Old wagon
road or something. Anyway, it's nice and wide. It goes along the creek. It's really pretty. So there's a lot of options if you don't want to climb a mountain.
Right. Now, if you need something, supplies or something like that, the town of Morristown I'm going to give you a 10-minute drive, 15 if you want to play it safe.
Anything you need.
Anything.
It's right there.
Everything. Restaurants, Walmart, you name it. It's a big enough city that you can find it there. So that's not far from here at all. It's an easy drive to get to. It's not a big windy drive to get there. So the city of Morristown is, like I said, right up the road. So park itself is easy to get to. I would say one thing though, and if you're coming here, you're going to make a right-hand turn into the main road that comes into the park. You'll see the visitor center, which is not where you don't check in here at all. You just go to your site. There's no check-in here.
Well, if the camp store is open, you check in there.
Okay.
But otherwise, come to your site.
Yeah, they have the yellow tags already hanging on your post. But anyway, where you turn in, where you see the visitor center, when you make that right-hand turn, there's a giant culvert there. So make sure you swing wide so your rear tires don't catch that culvert, because it's a doozy. Mm-hmm. And I could see where you could cut a little tight, because it's not a big road to turn in on, and you might go boom, drop in there. So just be mindful if you're coming here of that right-hand turn coming into the main campground road coming in here. So with all that being said, do you have anything else?
Good place to unhook your toad, because it's a little hilly around here, is that day use area right there where the swimming pool and the playground and all is.
Yeah, you can. It's a giant parking lot. You can pull up in there, and of course, this is a giant park anyway.
Yeah, it's the campsites itself, the campground itself. There's only 50s. Anyway,
something like that.
It doesn't seem that big because it's
only
one loop.
Yeah,
but the park is huge.
Right. And it's a very aesthetic park. It's a good looking park, I
mean, deer come around, raccoons.
Right. So.
Well, and I do have to, not that it ever really mattered to us, but it did matter to us today. So if you were tent camping here, the tent pads are only like 8 by 8. So.
Yeah, on a good day.
Yeah. So we were here with a larger tent that had to spill over the sides. Some of the tent pads are up in the woods behind the campsite. So just know there's not a lot of flat ground here for a great big giant tent.
Right.
If you're coming here with a great big giant tent, you might want to look very closely at the different sites that are available.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I have seen them put tents everywhere. Yeah. On the site. If they don't want the tent pad, they put it over here. They don't seem to be a grass issue.
Yeah, and they haven't said anything. I was really worried because it's 8 by 8. But anyway, we overflowed a little bit, and if we wanted to use our fire ring, it would have been a safety issue. But just so you know.
Right.
That's one thing that we don't usually talk about, but it was something that we encountered.
When you come in, there's a sign there that says check out 12 o'clock, check in 4 o'clock. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen anybody wait till 4 o'clock to come in here. Yeah. We rolled in here around 2. I mean, like, you just come to your site, the tag is there. People
Yeah.
are already gone by noon, so.
Yeah, our experience is, anyway, generally speaking, most parks, if the site is empty, you can come on in. Only a handful of times have we had to sit at the check-in station
And
or
wait.
sit and wait.
So
like once.
I'm just throwing that out there, but you know, that's what the sign says, but I'm just letting you know what I've seen
Right.
and noticed.
Yeah.
There are rangers and trucks that go around. They keep this park very clean. The bathroom is amazing. It's individual stalls, a huge shower area in there, hot water,
clean,
so
divine.
yeah, it's got a great bathroom facility here. Like I said, they have rangers and people cleaning around here all the time. It's a very clean park. Because today is move day, we're leaving Tennessee, headed to North Carolina.
Woo-hoo.
Follow us on our journey, because we like looking at freedom. And click like and subscribe. And to all those good people that we met here, our neighbors, hey.
Say hello.
Yes,
drop a
say
line
hello, drop
below.
a line. We had great conversations with all of you.
Even if we met you somewhere else.
Right.
Let us know where you're camping.
Hit the click like and subscribe if you would. And let us know if you've ever been to Panther Creek and how you like this place. So, Carrie and Sharon, Ruff or Lovely Life. Take it easy.
Safe travels.
Bye.
Bye.